Hi guys, today I will show all you about the configuration with a diagram between PaloAlto and Cosmic, and I will separate with two subnet on the Cosmic on the PaloAlto with the name called app and call web, and Cosmic I have the VLAN 7 for the IT. I will with a diagram like this. So we will start configure on the PaloAlto to allow from the LAN IT access to the core web and core app on the PaloAlto. So now we go to the PaloAlto for configuration IP management for the remote or for we can access by the web first. Okay, I set the IP management for 10.195.6.11.117. Okay. Okay, now I ping to the IP dot 117 before we commit. After we commit, it will be ping reachable. This diagram for you can build the same like this. This the diagram only from the PaloAlto to the Cosmic. Okay, now ping reachable. Now we can look in by the web. Okay, so we will configure following the IP that I have set on the description on PaloAlto. Is the IP 10.18.15.1 on the interface 1/1 is the IP connection from PaloAlto to the Cosmic. Okay, now we go to the interface and we can set the interface. Okay, and this tab we select the layer 3 and we can click add and add the IP 10.18 okay 10.18.15 on .1 and slash 29 bit. Okay, and this one we can create a new management profile. We can set allow only ping for this IP, so we take only ping and okay. For the command name, I put this is the gateway. I put the gateway to the Cosmic. Okay. In port 2, I set the core app. is the bank on the application. So I set the core app and tie with the layer 3 and IP4. Now we add 3 and set the IP 10.18 that 51.1, and then now we select the ping for management profile. Okay, now we set more for the IP for the core web IP dot 51.1. Okay, ping only, ping. And after we create, we will go to create the zone and a port. On the PaloAlto, we need to create the zone. And so now we will go to the zone for create the zone. This one, the first I will create for the gateway for the core switch and the interface 1/1 and layer we set tie layer 3. Okay. Yeah, one more zone for the core app. Interface dot 2 1/2 and one more zone for the interface dot 1/3 in the core app. Okay. And after we set already on the IP for an interface, and now we will go in the continue and commit. For the policy, we will create later. Okay, now we go to the Cosmic. Cosmic, and we will configure the IP management, IP connection from the interface. VLAN, we will set the interface VLAN 154.151. Is the gateway connection to the PaloAlto. We set IP the first. We set the host name first, and then we will create the VLAN 151 and rename to the gateway PaloAlto. Okay. And create one more VLAN 100. We will set core app and 100.1 we will rename for the core web. Okay, we get one more VLAN 7 for the IT. Okay, and after we get the VLAN, we port to the VLAN following the diagram. Okay, now we show the VLAN to verify to the configuration. Okay. Now, now we configure the IP interface VLAN 151. The IP to be is the connection IP connection from to the PaloAlto 10 10.18.15.2. Okay. Okay. Now we already configure the IP for the IP of the connection from code switch to PaloAlto. .2. Now we can ping test to the PaloAlto .1. Will be not reachable. We will continue configure more on the PaloAlto. It should be configure the routing on the PaloAlto. Okay, now we go figure the routing. So first we put the gateway to the core switch. Now I put the core switch. Okay, and at the interface, three of interface will be go out by default gateway, the routing. Okay, now we go to the static route. Okay, now the name I say gateway on the core switch. Okay, and we configure the default gateway on. I allow all the LAN inside default can go out. Okay, with the next hop we put the IP on the core switch. Okay, and then we will commit and apply the configuration change. After commit success, we will be ping reachable from core switch to the PaloAlto. Okay, now after commit success and we will ping again. Okay, now we can ping from the core switch to the PaloAlto IP connection. And then after the PaloAlto IP connection is the successful from core switch to the PaloAlto, and now we will configure the core switch from core switch to the switch app and switch LAN. Now I configure the either channel combined port, port 4 and port 5 to be the port channel for redundancy. Okay. This will be down. I think the switch app will be have a problem with the port, and sometimes it have problem with the virtual switch. So with you see the port is not up. So I may change the switch, shut down and change the switch to other switch, to virtual switch, to switch other, because maybe this virtual switch is have problem. Okay. Now we check again on the switch app. See port is not up. I see it may have problem. Okay. Now I'm going to change the switch. Okay, after I have changed the switch, new switch already, so we will check again be the port is up or not. Okay, now we configure the host name and rename it to the switch app, and we will configure the port channel, combine two port to be a port channel. Okay, set the port channel 1 mode on, port the trunk, switch mode trunk. Okay. We need to configure the encapsulation DQO first, and then we configure trunk again. Okay, now we show the interface description. Okay, now port is up and port channel also up. Okay, and port channel is up, and we will show on the call switch to see the port channel. Okay. Now we will create the VLAN on the switch. We will create the VLAN 100 for the switch app, the LAN app, and 100.1 for the LAN web. And it means we just only yes, or the server is the gateway or the switch. Sorry, or the server is the gateway on the PaloAlto, not gateway on the core switch. And it means on the core switch just only the way we connect port, but gateway we not configure on the core switch. Gateway to be on the PaloAlto. Okay, on the core switch we just only create the VLAN on is the way we access from the switch or from the server to the PaloAlto. Okay. Now we create already, and after we create the VLAN, we will port the port to the VLAN. Okay. After that, we will set the IP on the server. I already set the IP, but I will show you to set the IP again. Put the IP /24-bit, and it's the gateway .1. Gateway is on the on the PaloAlto. Okay. After we configure already, we ping test to the PaloAlto .1. Okay. Now we can ping to the gateway on the PaloAlto. Okay. Okay, after we can ping success on the switch app, we will go to the server web, configure the IP. Okay, I already configured the IP, so I will ping test to the gateway. Okay, .1, 42.1. Okay, now we can ping to the gateway on the PaloAlto. And after we can be tapping from the switch from the web server, and we ping to the app server. It's reachable or not. Okay, we ping 41.100 is the web server. App server, we ping from the web server to the app server. It will be not reachable because we not yet allow on the PaloAlto. Okay, let me go to the PaloAlto and allow from the app server to the web server. Okay, we go to the policy. Okay, we go to the policy and add. We put the name okay, core web to the core app. Okay, you can go to the core web and allow to the core app. Okay, and source and destination, and after we apply, we commit. Okay, we commit for configuration change. Okay. Okay, after commit, we can ping from the web server to the app server. Okay. Now from the web can access to the app server, and we go to the from LAN user, from the LAN IT can ping test. We ping test to the web, to the app. But the first we should ping to the gateway first to make sure the connection is okay from LAN to the gateway. Gateway is on the core switch. Okay, now it's not reachable from LAN to the core switch because we not yet configuration. Okay, now we go to the core switch and configure port channel from the core switch, connect to the switch LAN. Okay, we will configure port channel for the port 6 and 7. We will configure port channel 2 because port channel 1 we already configure from core switch to the switch app. Now you see the port is not up. I think it may have problem with the virtual switch again. Let me try the shutdown and no shut port. Okay, I think it will problem with the virtual switch. It may I change the new virtual. Okay, it not up the port. See, it is same problem with the switch app. So I will change the new virtual. I have tried to shut down and no shut, but still not up. Okay, it's still not up, so we will change the new virtual switch. Okay, I have changed the new switch already, new virtual switch. Now port is up. Okay, now first we configure the host name to be a switch LAN, and we will configure port channel. Okay, we configure encapsulation DQ1. Okay, now port is up and port channel also up. Now we set the description for easy we check and okay. Okay, after we configure the port channel, we will be configure the VLAN for VLAN 7 for the IT. Okay, now we configure the VLAN already. I rename it to the ITD. Okay. Okay, now we go to the LAN PC the ITD, and now we can ping tag again to the gateway. It's okay now. Now we can ping from the PC to the gateway on the core switch. Okay, now we will ping again. We will ping from the ITD to the server, web server. Okay, it's not reachable. It's not reachable. It means it's not can found the route for go out. So for the troubleshooting, we can trace route to know where it's stuck from where. Now we trace route. This means now the route. Okay. Now just only go to the gateway on the core switch. It cannot go out on the PaloAlto. So it means we need to add route from the core switch to the okay. Now we need to add route the web server, LAN of web server and LAN of app server. Go out nick hop the IP of the PaloAlto 10.18.15.1. Okay. Because we already is the VLAN 151, we get on the core switch is the connection IP connection from the core switch to the PaloAlto. Okay, now we create the routing static route to the web. Okay, IP 10.18.15.1. Okay. Okay, one more for the web. Okay. Okay, it means we already add route on the core switch. Now we will okay. Now it already go. Okay. Now we will ping tag again. It means it's stuck on the PaloAlto because we not allow policy from the LAN outside to the traffic inside web or app server. Okay. Now we go to the PaloAlto for the allow policy. traffic from gateway on the core switch to the inside web or app server. Okay, now we create the policy allow traffic source to be okay. You can put any the name that be easy. Let's put the name. Okay, LAN ITD access to the course to the app to the web. Okay, additional is the IP connection, the interface they connect to the core switch. Okay, is the source and destination will to be a web server. After we will commit for apply chain configuration. Okay, after commit success, now our LAN we can access from the LAN IT user can access to the web server. Okay. Now we can access to the web and app. Okay, now we cannot ping to, now we can tap ping to the web to the app server. It's not reachable because we not yet allow. Okay, we will allow more destination to the app server. Okay, and we apply chain. Okay, after commit success, now we can ping to we can access from the web from the LAN IT user access to the web and app server. Okay. Okay, video is the success for this diagram from PaloAlto to the core switch. Okay, thank you for all guys for watching this video. Can subscribe for the next video upload. Okay, thank you.